believe in the significance and importance of promoting multicultural issues. We all respect the cultures that we come from.
President Jim Doty responds to the reaction to comments he made this month.
Plus, California is going through a water crisis. We'll show you how the city of Orange is planning on conserving H2O.
And Orange County is going purple for a cause. Hear from the president of the OC Alzheimer's Association on what they're doing to create awareness.
Californians can be best aware about disasters and prepare. Coming up on Chapman News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Chapman News. I'm Mandi Ortiz.
And I'm Melissa Cano. It's the first Friday of fall, but the summer heat isn't gone just yet. We'll have your weekend weather in just a few minutes.
To have or not to have a multicultural center at Chapman? That's the question on the minds of many Chapman students right now. President Doty has made it clear for his entire tenure where he stands on the issue. Reporter Jasmine Johnson spoke with the president to find out more.
September 8th, the Panther published an article that has rekindled a long-standing debate on the creation of a multicultural center on campus. In the article, President James Doty is quoted as saying that he is opposed to having a multicultural center at Chapman because he believes it would ghettoize campus. Students took to social media to express their opinions on the article. Many favorited President Doty's comments, while many others expressed their outrage, even more their confusion on the president's stand. This afternoon, I sat down with President Doty in order to gain a better understanding on his position of why Chapman should not have a multicultural center. When asked for further clarification, this is what he had to say.
It's a place where you center particular people or ideas or thoughts, and I don't think we should do that on a university campus that promotes open dialogue, free speech, and in my mind, these ideas are too important to be only discussed in one area of the campus.
This is not the first time this debate has sparked passion within the Chapman student body. Just in 2005, a group known as No Voice staged a protest in support for a multicultural center. However, President Doty is confident that there is a happy medium.
I think we all believe in the significance and importance of promoting multicultural issues. We all respect the cultures that we come from. And at the same time, I hope there is an even greater understanding and appreciation for the fact that we're all in it together, we're all part of humanity, and we believe in these causes. Now, how can we best achieve our goals?
With Chapman News, this is Jasmine Johnson reporting.
President Doty also expressed plans for new initiatives he believes yield more benefits than a multicultural center. Chapman News will be the first to give you more details on those initiatives as they're released. Stay tuned.
Safety officials evacuated Chapman students from the Fish Interfaith Center and surrounding areas due to a gas leak Wednesday. A pipe was struck in the nearby construction zone, forcing firefighters and emergency crews to the scene. Public safety kept the campus up to date with the new Panther Alert service, a notification system that alerts students and staff to nearby emergencies affecting Chapman. The leak was fixed within the hour and classes started back up that evening.
Orange County is known for having some of the nicest cities in the nation, and on Monday, Irvine was toward the top of that list. The city was ranked number 14 overall by CNN's Money magazine on their 2014 Best Places to Live. Irvine was the top California city on the list, as no other Southern California city was listed. This is the third time in 9 years that the magazine has listed Irvine in the top 15. In 2008, it ranked 4th, and in 2012, it ranked 6th. The suburb was once again honored for its beauty and was recognized for a thriving economy with good jobs and highly rated schools. Chapman University students just got a new neighbor, and he just so happens to be the dean.
Jerry Price, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, moved on to Schaefer Street after renovations were completed. The 409 Schaefer address was purchased by Chapman for $1.25 million last year.
Price wanted to improve interactions with the local Old Town Orange neighbors. Based on previous years, Sycamore and Schaefer did not have the best reputation.
For a while, it's been pretty much known as like the party street. Even as a freshman, I knew what Syc and Schaefer was, and even hearing from this year's freshmen, they don't really know what it is, so it's kind of a surprise that they don't know what it is, and it's kind of dying out.
The 2,050 square foot home has been transformed and is now the most expensive in the area. Price and his wife moved in this August, and neighbors across the street say they have yet to see him.
More than 5 million Americans are affected by Alzheimer's disease. Orange County residents are doing their part to educate the public on the disease.
Orange County is spreading awareness about Alzheimer's disease, and we got the chance to sit down and talk with CEO and president of the Alzheimer's Association.
We exist in Orange County to serve the 84,000 people who experience dementia and all the people who love them.
The Alzheimer's Association has many local celebrities in the Orange County area, helping spread awareness, including Duck fans, Angel fans, and Chapman's very own President Doty.
Chapman's been an amazing partner in our work to let people know that we're here and our work is important. President Doty has been willing to let people know that our work is here, and we're eternally grateful for all of that support and good work.
Chapman lights up our campus in purple to represent those affected by the growing epidemic that affects memory loss and disrupts daily life.
We do so much to try and spread awareness. You know, it's never enough. We're only serving about 28% of the affected population, but we need help. We need more people spreading the word that we're here, our services are free, and we can help.
In the OC area, there are 4 walks to end Alzheimer's, and the first one is Saturday, October 18th.
Orange County is going purple this month to raise awareness against Alzheimer's disease. If you want to get involved, check out alz.org/OC for more information. For Chapman News, I'm Jacqueline Fisher.
If you can't make that first walk, there is another one happening in Anaheim on November 15th. Visit the Alzheimer's Association website to register.
The mothership of Orange County News, the OC Register, had a week fronted by a high number of layoffs. Shortly after announcing the Los Angeles Register was shutting down, 27 employees of the OC Register no longer work with the company. And the number continued to grow into Thursday. Writers, editors, and photographers took to Twitter and other social media to announce their firing and to express their gratitude for the time they had with the Register.
The drought battle in California continues, and Orange is just one of the many Southern California cities working to conserve water.
Many cities throughout Southern California and Orange County have added water rules, and Orange has finally joined the group. Last week, Orange City Council approved new water conservation restrictions.
The governor has asked for a voluntary 20% reduction. The State Water Resource Control Board is just asking that we do whatever we can to conserve water and to show that our citizens are using less water.
Residents will not be allowed to water between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and may only run their water on lawns for 15 minutes twice a week. Some of the other prohibitions include running water excessively and washing a vehicle without a shutoff nozzle. Fines may be issued to citizens who do not follow these rules and increase as more violations occur. However, the City of Orange says that fining people is not the solution they're aiming for.
Our goal is just to make contact with the homeowner or business or whoever and try to provide some education as to why it's better to use water in a more efficient way and how that can also save the customers some money.
Just a couple weeks before the new water restrictions and rules become official here in the City of Orange, the city plans on mailing out postcards to every resident in the city to let them know about the new water conservation plan that the city is participating in. On one side of the card is going to be precautions and restrictions and rules that every household needs to learn and take. And on the other side is going to be tips on being more water efficient to help save the environment as well as our pockets. So definitely don't miss out on that. From Orange, I'm Roxana Hashem, Chapman News.
Orange Council will hold one more vote on October 14th before the rules are finalized. Go online to www.cityoforange.org for more information and updates.
National Hazing Prevention Week is this week. We will tell you what Chapman is doing to get involved.
Plus, a new initiative to reduce pollution could mean an increase in gas prices here in California.
Andy Boo, are you too fast and furious? Street racing is more popular than ever in Orange County. I'll have the story coming up.
Expect warm temps for this weekend just in time to head outside and race for a cure. All that and more on weather. You're watching Chapman News.
Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
September is dedicated to National Preparedness Month. People all over Southern California and Orange County are joining the movement by taking steps to prepare for the unexpected, a natural disaster. We go to Chapman News' Megan Shin live at Santa Ana PD. Megan?
Thanks, Melissa. We're here at the police department, and later on we'll be talking to a representative from Ready OC about National Preparedness Month, and we'll be opening a preparedness kit so you know what you need to stay safe. National Preparedness Month is all about the importance of being prepared for the next big disaster, whether it's an earthquake, a contagious disease, or an act of terrorism. Southern California is well known for its terrifying earthquakes and fires that are encouraged by the Santa Ana winds and warm climate. Earlier this month, hundreds of Silverado Canyon residents were evacuated by a fire. Also, many may not know how close Orange County's location is to an earthquake fault rupture zone, according to ca.org. And still, a majority of Americans are not prepared for the natural disasters or other sorts of disasters that could come our way. That's why the Federal Emergency Agency is sponsoring the National Preparedness Month, which Ready OC has brought to our community. This month includes events and information for the public that provide tools, tips, and resources for everyone to take action towards disaster preparedness. All of this leading up to National Prepare-a-thon on September 30th, which is a nationwide community-based campaign. And here with us now, we have Santa Ana Police Department Officer Otto Laufer, and also representative for Ready OC. And we are going to go through some of the items in a preparedness kit, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I brought some of those items already with me from a simple kit. Water is obviously an important aspect of an emergency kit. Reason being, in a disaster, whether it be an earthquake or a landslide, your water may be cut off. Important thing to remember about water is 1 gallon per family member for 3 days.
And why 3 days?
3 days is kind of the standard that's been set from FEMA because they figure within 72 hours, or may take up to 72 hours for responders to get to you and help you.
Sure, and that makes sense. And then how about for other sorts of natural disasters that, you need different resources?
Other things that might be in a kit you're referring
Correct.
to. This is very important. It's one of my favorite. It's an emergency documents bag. And what it should hold is medical records, insurance information, and an out-of-state contact list. Because sometimes if the phone lines are down or there's no cell phone coverage in California, you can call a relative out of California to let them know you're okay.
Great. And so how much does a preparedness kit like the one that we have here cost?
They range anywhere. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on a kit getting really prepared. They can range anywhere from $40 all the way up to $1,000. But one thing I want to stress to people is that most of the items in an emergency kit you probably already have in your home. Canned food in your pantry, medications, a radio, extra set of eyeglasses. Those are all things that you could put in for very low cost.
And how many of these have you guys given away so far?
These preparedness buckets, which really acts as a symbol to people, showing them that it's really simple to get prepared. We've given out about 4,000 throughout the county.
Impressive. And why do you think most Americans aren't as prepared as they should be for any sort of disaster?
It's like a lot of things. We know things are important in our lives, but we let our lives take over. So National Preparedness Month is really about reminding people to be prepared.
Great, thank you so much. And once again, we had Santa Ana Police Department Officer Otto Laufer with us, and also representative for Ready OC. Thank you guys, and back to you in the studio, Melissa.
Thank you, Megan.
For drivers in California, the tax on gas is high, but it's about to be even higher. Joseph Grimes, news reporter, tells you why.
Californians already pay the second highest gas tax in the country, right behind New York City. But starting in January of 2015, gas tax will increase by an estimated 15%, which is as much as 60 cents more per gallon. Economists argue that it may not really be a tax.
It is basically the extra cost that refineries are going to impose to the consumers to implement the program.
This program is to help lower pollution, especially from the cars that are big polluters.
In the short run, there is no question that this additional cost is going to be absorbed by the consumers, and we have to pay for it.
Some economists think it will take years before drivers stop using gasoline cars.
Is it going to be 5 years from now? I don't think so. At least, I would say 15 to 20 years to go totally electrical.
Despite the tax increase, many still feel that their daily driving will remain the same.
Not really, no. I really only drive to work and school, so I don't really think it'll affect it that much since I'm really only driving the same distance that I usually do.
Today, gas stations are crowded, but next year when the law is in place in early 2015, this may change. Reporting in Orange, Joseph Grimes, Chapman News.
Some Californians are petitioning to stall or overturn the new law. No luck so far.
The former IT vice president at Schools First Federal Credit Union is in need of a backup. Lugo pled guilty to stealing more than $2.6 million from the company. He purchased unauthorized IT equipment with fraudulent funds from the credit union. He then sold the equipment and pocketed the profits. Lugo faces 2 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of mail fraud. A date to enter a formal guilty plea has not been set.
With the rise of street racing in the Orange County and Los Angeles County areas, people continue to get injured. And now a 3rd vehicle has been hit. Vivian Vu with the details.
Last Monday, 2 people were hospitalized after a street racing crash in Costa Mesa, one being a 10-year-old boy. Investigators say that 2 vehicles were racing at speeds up to 80 miles per hour when the SUV carrying the boy crashed at the intersection of Placentia Avenue and Wilson Street.
Maybe in the right circumstances, it can be a little bit safer, but like anywhere around here, Southern California, probably not. It's very crowded.
They're putting people in danger. It's not cool. It's not fair to everybody else who, just trying to get from A to B.
That SUV ended up hitting a tree just feet away from crashing into a house. One vehicle described as a silver pickup truck ran a red light and struck a 3rd vehicle that was not racing.
It's better to lose a minute in your life than your life in a minute.
Thankfully, the boy's injuries were non-life-threatening, and medics treated the adult at the scene. Both were taken to a local hospital and are expected to survive. Reporting from the maybe not-so-safe streets of Orange, I'm Vivian Vu, Chapman News.
Street racing is illegal in California, and judgments are growing proportionally stricter with the coming year.
This week was National Hazing Prevention Week. Campuses, schools, and communities raise awareness about the problem and prevention of hazing. And of course, Chapman University Greek Life joined the cause.
Here with us, Matt Martinez and Miranda Wall, Greek Life coordinators. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
So, as Greek Life coordinators, what is your duty as far as National Hazing Prevention Week goes?
We just want to make sure that people are aware that Chapman University, as a Greek community, takes a stand against hazing. We think it's really important to get that information out there.
And what exactly is the Prevention Week? What do you guys do? Are there any events? How does that work?
Hazing Prevention Week is actually a national awareness week that's been going on all the way starting from this past Monday the 22nd to today, Friday the 26th. What we've been doing is we've been tabling in the piazza every day from 11 to 1, and raising student awareness with our social media campaign and the hashtag against hazing, which we had with Pan-Hellenic, IFC, and Greek Life all work together to have these bracelets distributed out to our Chapman Greek Life community. What we've been doing is encouraging students to go ahead and get involved, writing their own personal pledges to what they want to do to prevent hazing within our community, and then going ahead and posting it on social media and raising further awareness. Everyone's wearing the bracelets. It's been really cool to see.
So do you two see hazing as an issue on Chapman's campus?
Not anymore. I really think that Chapman has taken the steps as a community to make preventative measures. We've seen transitions in IFC in the last year. We're adding a new sorority, Pi Beta Phi, in the spring. And we're really taking steps towards preventative measures as well as consequences for actions in the past.
So if someone is caught hazing or a chapter is caught hazing, what's the next step from there?
There will usually be a conduct conversation with Dr. Jerry Price and Deanne Yoakum-Gaffney from there on out.
Well, thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or concerns about hazing, please contact your Greek Life coordinators.
Also, I know everyone's actually wondering this, but doesn't want to say it. Where do we get the bracelets if we want one?
Stop by the Piazza today from 11 to 1.
All right, Piazza today, 11 to 1. Thank you.
Yeah.
Seal Beach pet owners can rest a little easier this week. City Council unanimously voted to begin capturing and euthanizing wild coyotes roaming the neighborhoods. This decision comes in response to the rise in recent coyote attacks. The number of pet attacks increased from 7 to at least 12 since last year. The city will set traps and fine residents who leave out pet food attracting the wild animals. City Council will assess the results of the trappings on October 13th.
Even though we know it's the first week of fall, it doesn't exactly feel that way yet. So let's take a look at what kind of weather this fall weekend has in store. Connor?
That's right, Melissa. I know you guys have been wondering where all the cool weather is. Well, guess what? You guys are going to be getting a lot of cool weather coming up here really quick. It's going to be pretty significant compared to last week when we were in those mid-90s, but it's because of these low pressure systems coming in, bringing in cooler air. It's going to be hitting these coastal cities and even moving into the inland. So you're going to be dropping from those 90s into those low to mid 70s. What that means is that you're not going to be sweating as soon as you get out the door. You're going to have a better time with that. It's the same thing if you look at our southwest projection, pretty much from Santa Barbara down to San Diego. You're seeing this change in weather. And you look at Los Angeles, going to be in the mid 70s. That's, if you want to catch that last Dodger home series before the playoffs, you can go see that. Or if you want to make a trip out of the city, you can go up to Big Bear. It's going to be in the mid 60s. So if you want to go up there, they have great trail running, they have great hiking. So it's a good chance to see a lot of good scenery in these early fall weeks that we have coming up here. So if you look at our 5-day forecast here in Orange, there's a 20% chance of drizzle tonight. And pretty much for the next 5 days, you're going to be having these early cloud coverage, but it's going to be burning off in the late morning. So you're going to have a lot of sun. We're going to be seeing some low 80s, mid 80s at night. It's going to be cooling down to the low 60s, which is a good opportunity to give that air conditioning a much needed break. You can see in Monday, Tuesday, it's going to heat up a little bit more, but for the most part, it's outside weather. Take advantage of it now while you can. And so another chance to get outside this weekend is going to be the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure to support breast cancer research. If you haven't registered yet, you can still register online, or you can wait Sunday morning to register right before the event. If you want to run during the race, you can do that. You guys are going to start just after 7. That's where I'm going to be, so I hope I can see you guys there. But then if you want to take it at a more leisurely pace, you can do that too, and you guys are going to start just a little after 9. So we're going to be out at Newports running all over the place. And also this weekend, our Chapman women's soccer team is going to be running all over the field too. So Sam, what can we expect from our sports?
That's right, Connor. After the break, women's soccer looks to stay undefeated at home. Big Blue clinches the NL West. We've got a reaction from Chavez Ravine and a final farewell to a Yankee great. Number 2 goes out in style. All that and more coming up on the Best Campus Sports Show.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Or no warning and often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
And this is the Best Campus Sports Show. The men's golf team had their first fall tournament in the history of the program on Monday and Tuesday, the California State Intercollegiate Tournament at the Diamond Valley Golf Club. They posted a team score of 917, finishing 9th out of a 12 team field of NA and SCIAC rivals. The team was led by sophomore Brian Wise and senior Kent Paisley, shooting 10 and 12 over par respectively. The tournament marks the end of the fall season for the Panthers, and their spring season begins in February. Women's soccer looking to win their second home game against the Whittier Poets. Let's roll the highlight. All right, Panthers looking to search for their first SCIAC win. Offense struggling, and Whittier goalie Caitlin Strepper comes up to make the sliding save, but then it's Panthers' Olivia Dew finding the back of the net. Halftime score at 2-0. All Panthers in the second half, though. Right here, Julia Diaz gets the third goal of the game, and then the Chapman defense stepping up big later. It's goalie Kristen Kleinow with the big save, and then just for good measure, Rosie Ketsetter gets the fourth goal of the game, and that's going to do it for the Chapman Panthers.
It all started back in Brooklyn many, many years ago. I think that in the 70s and early 80s when I was playing here, our rivalry wasn't so much the Giants partake as it was the Cincinnati Reds. But there was two colors you never wore as a player in the Dodger organization. One was red and the other was orange unless it was trick-or-treat night.
6 hours from now, what's the score?
6 hours from now, we'll be popping champagne.
VO after the... All right, Yeager was right. Thousands of both Dodger and Giants fans packed the seats at Dodger Stadium, one of baseball's best rivalries. And tensions were so high, fans were even kicked out of the game. Clayton Kershaw, as you guys probably saw last night, capped off his regular season with 8 innings and 11 strikeouts en route to the second straight division title. The team celebrated by taking a lap around the field and thanked LA's faithful. A special moment for the Yankees last night, as Major League Baseball's Derek Jeter in his final home game was Mr. Clutch once again, as the captain hit a walk-off RBI single. The only, you know what, the old Yankee Stadium was the house that Ruth built. The new one perhaps might be dubbed the house that Jeter built. Alrighty, that's all I've got for sports. We've got Rebecca, who's on entertainment news. Rebecca, what do you got for us?
Coming up, I'll tell you about one star who spoke about equal rights in the UN. You're watching Chapman News, Orange County's news leader.
Okay, good job. Please, you drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for tuning in. I know Chapman's fall concert was the hit last weekend, but Rebecca, what's happening this weekend?
Well, interested in Orange County culture and like free movies? Then the OC Film Fiesta may be just your hot ticket this weekend. Which way is left? Okay. Founded by Paya and Pay On in 2010, the Fiesta involves cultural groups, businesses, colleges, and the film industry. This year, the Fiesta will be centered around Main Street, the Frida Cinema, and the roller rink in Santa Ana, where they will be playing movies like The Sleep Dealer and Around the World in 80 Days. To catch some of these screenings, visit ocfilmfiesta.com. Get your running shoes ready. This Sunday is Orange County's Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure at Newport Fashion Island. This is the largest educational and fundraising event for breast cancer awareness in the OC. 75% of your donations go to local breast health outreach, mammograms for the uninsured women in need, and supporting women that are currently in treatment. The rest of the funds raised will go back to Coleman Global Research Fund to help find a cure for breast cancer. Registration is open until September 27th. UBP and Chapman Radio paired up to bring the Panthers ASAP Ferg and Cap Slap last Friday night at the Grove. We caught an exclusive with Cap Slap before he took the stage, and he described to us his passion for DJing. Both artists had the crowds dancing all night long. Now let's jump to this week's Hollywood highlight. 6 months ago, young Hollywood actress Emma Watson took a role as the UN Women Ambassador, and now she is putting her title to use. Watson recently made a speech on feminism and equal rights at the UN headquarters in New York, where she spoke with the He for She Global Solidarity Movement to promote equality between the sexes. She defines feminism as, quote, the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is a theory of the political, economic, and the social equality of the sexes. To see Emma's full speech, visit heforshe.org. All right, Melissa, Mandi, I'm a pretty big fan of Emma, so I'm going to support her through this, and I'm really proud that she's doing this.
It's pretty exciting to see some women empowerment like that.
I think we could all go for a little woman in power right here, but log on to our website, chapmannews.tv, to see all of our episodes, Chapman News bios, and top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, Twitter and Instagram at Chapman News, and YouTube at youtube.com/Chapman News.
Thank you again for watching today. I'm Melissa Cano.
And I'm Mandi Ortiz, and happy birthday to Chapman newsie Jasmine Johnson and University President Jim Doty. We'll see you next Friday at noon. Have a great weekend.